revealed, Tory rebel details May's shock Brexit concession offered 10 minutes before vote. In what could be a game-changer for the future of Brexit, Tory MP and leader of the Commons rebellion Dominic Grieve secured shock compromises from the Prime Minister. Mr. Grieve's amendment, which would have secured a meaningful vote on Mrs. May's Brexit deal, was voted down by 324 votes to 298, a majority of 26. The MP voted against his own amendment, claiming he is certain the Tory rebels will be able to get what we want from the Brexit process. However, while Brexiteers initially cheered the government's victory in the Commons, Mr. Grieve later revealed the shock concessions from Mrs. May. Mr. Grieve, the former Attorney General, the Prime Minister told her party rebels 10 minutes before the vote that a meaningful vote on Brexit would happen. Around 15 to 20 Tory rebels were given a personal assurance by the Prime Minister in her Commons office just minutes before voting started on the Grieve amendment. Mr. Grieve told Sky News, "I've voted with the government following a meeting with that our concerns will be addressed. We had a personal assurance that we would find a way to address the concerns encapsulated in the amendments from the House of Lords when the bill goes back there. We will be talking to the government immediately after this to find a way forward. I am fairly confident we will be able to do that. There is goodwill to secure the protection we are seeking in the event of no deal." Sky reporter Faisal Islam suggested to Mr. Grieve these concessions could change the Brexit discussions fundamentally. The Tory MP, who has been one of the most vocal critics of Brexit, responded, "I am certain we will be able to get what we want." He added the idea that Britain would leave without a deal and fall off a cliff was no longer an option. Mr. Grieve said, "Brexit is not going to happen this way. Leaving that way would be catastrophic." Tory Remainer Dr. Sarah Wollaston echoed Mr. Grieve's remarks, detailing the assurances from Mrs. May. She tweeted, "For avoidance of any doubt, the promised further amendment in the Lords must closely reflect Dominic Grieve's amendment. The concessions mean the chances of a no-deal Brexit are slipping away. In the event of a divorce deal the Commons refuse to agree with, Mrs. May would be forced back to the EU negotiating table. Brexiteers fear this decision from Mrs. May will be seen as a defeat in Brussels and weaken the Prime Minister's negotiating stance. Brussels could now be able endlessly delay meaningful Brexit talks in the knowledge that Parliament would veto any hard Brexit.